This is a true-to-life story. I don't expect anyone to believe me, but I swear everything I'm about to tell you happened exactly as I remember it. I've been a truck driver for nearly a decade. I've driven through blizzards, through fog so thick it felt like swimming through cement, and along mountain roads so treacherous they could swallow a truck whole. I've seen shadows move where no one should be, and I've experienced the kind of fear that stays with you long after the road is ended. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for the night I encountered the voice on Route 41 in West Virginia. It started like any other night. I had a late delivery, a small shipment of electronics, bound for a warehouse deep in the Appalachian. The roads were empty. The night air smelled damp and thick with pine and wet earth. The fog had already begun to creep along the asphalt when I left the last town behind. It was just past 11:30 p.m., and the dashboard clock glowed softly, illuminating my hands on the steering wheel. I was alone, and the road stretched ahead, narrow and winding, flanked by tall, dark trees whose branches swayed slightly in the cold wind, brushing at the edges of my headlights. I had driven this route countless times and had never thought much of it until that night. The first sign something was wrong was the radio. I reached to adjust it, thinking the static was nothing unusual. But it wasn't the regular hiss you hear in the mountains. This static was different. Odd weight, almost like it was breathing, slow, deliberate, and strangely rhythmic. I stopped fiddling with it and leaned back in my seat. That's when I heard the voice. Breaker 19. Can you hear me? Primera frase. My hands tightened around the wheel. My pulse surged. My mind scrambled for explanations. Another trucker messing with ACB prank. Interference from the mountains. Maybe even exhaustion talking to me. But the voice was calm, deliberate, and impossibly close. It didn't sound like it was coming from the speaker. It sounded as if it were in the cab with me. I swallowed and said, "Hello." My voice trembled, though I tried to hide it. Silence. Then it spoke again, slowly. "Mark, don't slow down." My stomach dropped. How did it know my name? I hadn't keyed the mic. I hadn't spoken to anyone, and no one was supposed to be on this road at this hour. My eyes darted to the mirrors. Nothing. Just endless blackness, and the fog crawling along the asphalt like it was alive. I tried to convince myself it was a prank, a joke, someone messing with a sea. But deep down I knew better. This wasn't interference. This wasn't sleep-talking or a hallucination. The voice continued. "You've been here before." I froze completely. Memories I hadn't thought about in years flooded back. 3 years ago, I had driven this same route at night, under the same thick fog, through these same twisting mountain roads. I remembered pulling over near mile marker 17 because my eyes were burning, my head spinning from fatigue. I remembered waking up with my truck still running, and then nothing. 20 minutes, completely gone from my memory. I had never told anyone. I hadn't even tried to explain it to myself.